This is a story called The Little Monsters at Christmas, Chapter 36. The kids enter a carol contest, both at school and in the local club. School is now broke up for Christmas, and on the last day, Bumpy saw a notice on the school's notice board asking people to enter the school's carol singing competition. She put their names down and then she told the others, and they're really excited about it. A few days later, they're in their local club when they see another notice advertising another carol singing competition, so they put their name down as a group. The school competition was for one night only, but the club's competition was going to be held over 7 nights. Leading up to both competitions, the kids rehearsed the carols they want to sing constantly. Of course, they only rehearsed the proper version and not their silly version. They got all of their joke stuff together so that they could play pranks on people when they weren't singing on stage. The night of the school competition, they sang their hearts out, but they come second. They weren't bothered because they'd sang their hearts out and had lots of fun doing so. After the competition had finished, the kids spent time going round playing a few pranks on people, and then they went home. The following night was the first night of the club's carol singing competition, and the kids were very excited. The school was open all day and the kids went in about 6 p.m. This gave them time to socialise with their friends and of course to play pranks on people. The first thing they did was put whoopee cushions filled with fart gas on some of the seats. When anyone sat on them, they deflated, releasing the fart gas, causing a terrible smell, much to the amusement of the kids. Then they got their toy rats out and let them go. Some people screamed and jumped on their chairs. Then the kids picked them up and wound them up in front of everyone. As soon as everyone realised that they were fake, they laughed and got down off their chairs. After that, the kids went and played in the kids' room for about 20 minutes, and then they were told to go in the main room as they were the first ones to perform. They performed really well and the judges put them through to the next part of the competition, which was the following night. Leading up to it, they rehearsed a bit, but they'd already rehearsed, so they played at Creeper's house for a couple of hours. That night and the following day, they all stayed at Creeper's house and then they went to the club for the second night of the competition straight from there. When they got there, they went round pouring fart gas in people's drinks, discreetly of course. When they drank them, they farted continuously, much to the kids' amusement. Then they got their toy snakes out and let them go. All those who didn't know the kids and that they were pranksters screamed and jumped on their seats. The kids picked their snakes up and wound them up, and everyone laughed. The next thing the kids did was go around handing out their fart sweets to all those who didn't know them. Everyone who knew the kids knew what was coming and moved away. The new people ate the sweets, not realising that they were fart sweets, until they started constantly farting, of course. Thankfully, they all saw the funny side. Then it was time for the kids to get ready to go on stage. As they did so, they left their drinks and all their joke stuff on the table they'd been sat at. Some of the other customers decided to get revenge on the kids by putting fart gas in their drinks. The kids went on stage and smashed their performance, getting them through to the third stage of the competition along with 7 other acts. Of course, they were only allowed to sing 1 song each, as there wasn't enough time for them to sing more than one. When they came off stage and drank their drinks, they started farting continuously, much to everyone's amusement. The next leg of the competition was to decide whether or not they would go through to the semi-final on the Friday. There were 7 acts performing each night, but only 6 would be put through to the semi-final. The gang sang their hearts out, and so did all the other acts. They got through to the semi-final, but they were told that on the night they would have to sing 2 songs. Leading up to it, they picked out the carols that they wanted to sing along with extra ones. They chose extra ones in case the judges wanted them to sing a different song to what they'd chosen, and all they did all week was rehearse. Of course, on the day of the semi-final, they got some of their joke stuff ready so that they could play pranks on people. They went to the club all ready to perform, but the first thing they did was play a couple of pranks on people. The first thing they did was put pin cushions on some of the seats. When anyone sat on them, they jumped up howling in pain, much to the kids' amusement. Then they went round getting people to stroke their toy hedgehogs, and as people did so, their spikes came out and pricked their hands. Then the kids got people to stroke their toy dogs. As they did so, the dogs growled and bit their fingers. Thankfully, everyone saw the funny side. Then it was time for the kids to go on stage for their first performance. Again they smashed it, but they had another performance to do before they found out if they were through to the final. They had an hour until their second performance, so they went into the kids' room and played pool for a bit. That night they didn't play any more pranks on people. When they went back on stage, they sang their hearts out. And smashed their performance, getting them through to the final, which was the next night. On the night of their final performance, they were nervous, because if they won, not only would they get to sing again that night, but they would also get to sing at the Town Hall's carol concert. Despite how nervous they were, they smashed their performance and they won. A few days later, they sang in the Town Hall's carol concert. When they'd finished singing, they received a standing ovation. Not only were they proud of themselves, but their parents were very proud of them too. End of chapter 36. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching, guys. Love yous. Bye.